4 kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So, I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know.
Curry better than them niggas on phone them. Curry shoot from the other side of the
Man, Charleston White just went off on Steph Curry like never before. He didn't hold back one bit. He said Steph out here letting Aisha run wild and call all the shots while he's looking soft. Charleston claimed Aisha's basically running that whole household and Steph just smiling through it like everything's perfect. After Aisha's new interview dropped, where she hinted she never really wanted the marriage or even the kids, Charleston doubled down saying Steph's too busy playing Mr. Nice Guy, while his own wife keeps embarrassing him in front of the world. The streets are already buzzing, calling Aisha the boss and Steph the sidekick. Now folks online saying Steph been married to a street pass, not a real wife. And if you look back, Charleston might not be wrong. He's saying the sign's been there since day one. From the start, Aisha was doing things that screamed disrespect, but people ignored it because she smiled for the cameras. Charleston said she'd been testing that man's pride from the beginning. The first big red flag came in 2016. That was when LeBron dropped a deadly 41 points and forced a Game 7 in the finals. Golden State was supposed to be unstoppable that year. Steph was the golden boy, the league's darling. But when they blew that lead, Aisha jumped on Twitter and blasted the NBA saying, "The NBA is rigged. I've seen it with my own eyes. Things ain't been the same since." Now that might have seemed harmless at first, but that tweet was the start of something deeper. People say that's when Aisha showed she didn't care how her words could mess with her man's image or career. Steph had always been the picture of perfection. No scandals, no drama, no dirt. Just faith, family, and focus. But Aisha, she'd been quick to speak her mind, even when it made Steph look soft in front of millions. And who could forget that wild moment on the Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith, the same table known for breaking homes apart? Aisha sat there, looked straight into the camera, with Steph's own mother sitting right there, and said she wasn't getting male attention. She said she felt invisible, while other women were throwing themselves at Steph. The whole room went silent before her mother-in-law had to check her, saying she shouldn't even be looking for that. Charleston White said that moment right there was the crack in the armor. That was when Steph officially lost control of the house. And from that point on, things only got worse. Then came that shocking TV moment, Aisha on that girl chat show, smiling and giggling while a shirtless, oiled-up dude named Marcel came out serving drinks. Instead of playing it cool, she started sliding off her wedding ring like she forgot she was Mrs. Curry. The host had to stop her mid-act like, "Girl, what you doing?" The internet went crazy after that. Folks said that was the moment she showed the world she wanted attention more than respect. At first, people brushed it off like just another playful moment, but now the internet's connecting the dots. They're saying that was Aisha testing the waters, trying to see if she still had that power to make men look twice. And let's be real, that ain't how a loyal wife acts when her man is one of the most respected figures in sports. It wasn't giving family woman, it was giving attention seeker, and fans caught on quick. But that wasn't even the wildest part. In that same interview, Aisha went ahead and aired out some private bedroom details that should have never left the house. She told the world about Steph's supposed fondness for feet, like, come on, some things should stay between husband and wife.
I didn't really want to get married to him. He always gets all this attention, and I think personally that he's a great family man. He's a great husband. I think he shows lots of respect to his wife. You don't ever hear any controversy about this brother. He's a producer. I actually did some voices on an animation series that he has. He's fantastic. The guy, I mean, is just really a really good example of what a good husband is and a family man is. As much that probably gets thrown at him at all times because he's awesome. All right? Aisha Curry is going around on these podcasts just yapping and being very disrespectful. This man works hard to show respect to you. I don't even think it's hard. I think he loves you that much that he goes, this is my wife, this is my kids. And you're going on these podcasts complaining about, oh, I didn't really want to get married to him. I mean, I didn't really want to do this. I didn't really want to do that. Yeah, you did. Why did you get married to him? Then why don't you change your last name? I bet you if you divorced him, you keep the last name. And I'm not trying to put her down at all, but I don't like what she...
Even Aisha admitted right after that, Steph, ain't gonna be happy I said that. She knew she crossed the line, but by then the damage was done. The internet had already turned it into a meme fest, and Steph was trending for all the wrong reasons. And just when folks thought she'd chill, Aisha came back with another interview recently, this time dropping an emotional bomb. She said she never really wanted marriage or kids in the first place. She claimed she wasn't even into Steph back in the day, never looked his way, and only wanted to chase her own dreams. She said she wanted to be a career woman, building her own spotlight and legacy. But instead, she got tied down too early. Now, 14 years later, she admits she's still in therapy trying to figure herself out. Fans are saying she's not just confused, she's resentful, and it's starting to show loud and clear. And that's where Charleston White came swinging again. He said Aisha's interviews ain't just innocent talk, they're warning shots. He claims she's slowly rewriting the narrative to make herself look trapped while Steph looks like the fool who ignored the signs. Charleston said, "You can tell she halfway out the door, man. That woman been detached for years." He went off saying Steph too focused on keeping his clean image and not focused enough on keeping his household in check. "You can't be God's favorite on the court if you're home a mess," Charleston shouted in one of his live streams, and the clip went viral instantly. Fans started flooding the comments, some siding with Aisha, saying she's finally speaking her truth, while others dragged her for playing the victim after years of luxury, fame, and support. One user wrote, "She wanted the spotlight, she got it, now she don't like the glare." Another said, "Steph gave her the world, and she acting like she never asked for the ticket." But what really got the streets talking was Charleston's claim that Aisha been setting up her exit strategy for years. He said every emotional interview, every quote about self-discovery, and every subtle jab at Steph was part of the same plan. Build sympathy, gain independence, and bounce out looking like the misunderstood queen. And people started digging old posts, brand deals, and podcast clips, all showing Aisha centering herself more than her marriage. Charleston said she ain't trying to fix her home, she trying to fix her brand. Now fans are wondering, could this be the end of the Curry fairy tale? Because the more Aisha talks, the less perfect that picture looks. And if Charleston's right, Steph might be fighting a battle that's already lost before it even started. Now here's where things really start spinning out of control. After Charleston's rant blew up online, Aisha's team tried to do damage control, but it backfired fast. Instead of calming things down, her latest post just made folks think she's subtly trolling her own husband. She's been dropping cryptic captions about freedom, new chapters, and loving yourself first. Fans instantly connected the dots, saying she's soft launching her single life right in Steph's face. Meanwhile, Steph's been out here acting like everything's fine, smiling courtside, holding her hand in public, but you can see the tension behind the smiles. Charleston even pointed that out, saying, "That man's peace been disturbed, you can see it in his eyes." Then came the photo that sent the internet on fire. Aisha spotted at a luxury event without her wedding ring. No explanation, no caption, just her looking unbothered in designer heels. Within minutes, Mrs. Curry was trending for all the wrong reasons. Some fans said maybe they're just taking space, but others swore this was her official goodbye without saying the words. Charleston jumped back in saying, "You can't play house with the devil and pray for peace at the same table."
I think it's time for a drink. What do you say?
Absolutely.
Yes, we get to drink. Marcel? Marcel? Oh.
He accused Aisha of chasing attention over loyalty, saying she's been slowly turning her family life into content for clout. And that hit hard, because even some longtime Curry fans admitted she's been acting more like an influencer than a wife lately. Now, people online are saying Steph's too deep in love to see what's really going on, but the question hanging in the air is cold. What happens when the good guy finally realizes he's been the last one holding on to a broken fairy tale? And just when everyone thought the drama couldn't get worse, Charleston White dropped another bomb. He claims Steph's been getting quiet advice from people close to him. Folks telling him to either check Aisha or prepare to walk away before she ruins his legacy. Charleston said, Steph better wake up, cause she writing her comeback story while he's still playing the loyal fool. That line lit up the internet. Fans started debating whether Steph's loyalty is a strength or his biggest weakness. One user posted, he built an empire and she's turning it into a reality show. Another replied, he too soft for this Hollywood energy. Aisha moving like she's single with PR. Then a new twist hit. Aisha reportedly landed a deal to produce her own lifestyle show, all centered around reclaiming womanhood and self-love. The timing couldn't be worse. People instantly called it her soft escape plan, saying she's setting up her own empire while Steph's still trying to hold the family together. Charleston wasn't done either. He said, she using that man's name like a stepping stone. Soon as she don't need it, she gone. The clip went viral again, and even celebs started chiming in, some agreeing, others saying Charleston was being disrespectful. But one thing's for sure, he hit a nerve. Steph's fans are now begging him to take control, saying he needs to protect his image before Aisha's storyline overshadows his career. Because at this point, it's not just gossip, it's public humiliation dressed up as empowerment. And if Charleston's prediction comes true, we might just see one of the NBA's cleanest images crumble in real time.
Something that really bothers me and honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, yeah, there are all these women throwing themselves, but me, the past 10 years, I don't have any of that. I have zero, this sounds weird, but male attention. And so then I begin to internalize it and I'm is something wrong?
With the world watching every post, every move, and every word Aisha drops next. And that hit deep because while Aisha's out here painting herself as some unfulfilled woman, Steph's been nothing but loyal, calm, and unproblematic. The man's never been caught in a scandal, never disrespected her, never embarrassed her in public. Yet the way she talks, it's like she living under his shadow, like she low-key resents the life he built for her. The streets saying that last interview rubbed people the wrong way big time. One fan commented, this victim act gotta stop. Talking about not being fulfilled when you live in a dream 99% of people would die for. Another wrote, she don't sound like a wife or a mom. She sound like someone trying to escape the life she begged for. And Charleston agreed, saying that's the kind of energy that breeds distance, the kind that eats up a marriage slowly, quietly, until one day there's nothing left to fix. He said Steph's now living with a woman who doesn't see herself as his partner anymore. She sees herself as a brand, and Charleston ain't the only one noticing it. Even people in the industry been whispering the same thing. Comedian Godfrey spoke up, saying Aisha's ego inflated the moment fame hit. They said she's been using that Curry name like a VIP pass. Cookbooks, talk shows, brand deals, every opportunity opened cause of him. But now that she's standing tall with her own platform, she's moving like she made it all solo. Like the Curry name ain't what opened those doors in the first place. And the saddest part, Steph just keeps letting it slide. No clapbacks, no drama, just smiles and silence. Some call it love, others call it denial. But a few online voices are saying it loud, that man's silence gonna cost him everything. Another wrote, she knows her whole brand rides on his name, yet she acting like she ready to drop it. Now fans are wondering, how long can Steph keep pretending everything's fine before that picture-perfect image finally cracks? And that's where it all ties together. The streets saying Aisha's whole vibe lately screams insecurity and ego. It's like she's been stuck on this wave of chasing validation, chasing freedom, acting like she's the one who got away, not the one who stayed. Every interview she gives, she don't sound proud of her blessings. She sound like she explaining why she settled. And people ain't forgot that messy red table talk moment either. Jada Pinkett Smith sat right there, giving Aisha that slick advice, telling her to find herself, to explore her truth, and not let the title of wife define her. But the streets haven't stopped laughing, saying that's the same toxic energy that tore Jada's marriage apart, and now it's creeping into the Curry's home too. One fan said it best, taking relationship advice from Jada is like letting a barber perform your heart surgery. Another dropped, she's listening to Jada, rest in peace to her marriage then. But what's really shaking folks up is the new rumor. Aisha's reportedly working with a brand new PR team. Not just any team either, the kind that specializes in image reinvention. The ones who turn celebrity wives into independent it girls. Insiders say they've been slowly helping her separate her image from Steph's, building her up as her own brand, her own voice, her own story. And now fans are connecting the dots. If she's really saying she never wanted the marriage, never wanted the kids, and still trying to find herself after all these years, how long before she decides she don't need Steph to finish that journey? The whispers are getting louder. This might just be the calm before the storm. If something don't change fast, the Curry family's perfect image could be facing the biggest fourth quarter upset in NBA history, off the court. So what do you think? Is Steph just being too soft? Or is Aisha out here showing no respect for the man who built her world? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.